Hey, thanks for tuning in to MotoHead. I want to talk to you guys today about the Rottweiler Pro Shift kit. Okay, and you get a shift lever that is installed behind this case down low. You remove the case, some other stuff, and screw it in. I made a video on it. All right. So I wanted to get back to you guys, because I said I would, and let you know my experiences, either through the comment section or making another video. Okay, so my experience, it was an easy install. Okay, have a torque wrench, you can do it. The spring that they included with the kit was too weak. You don't want a soft spring. You want a stiffer one. So what I ended up doing is keeping the original ceramic Pro Shift lever, and I installed the OEM spring with it. And it was really good. I mean, really good. I loved it, okay, comparative speaking, okay. But it would still false neutral once in a while. Okay, so I'm thinking I'll wait and see. Maybe a Pirate Racing spring or something like that. So, but what I ended up doing anyways was installing the CSK 129 clutch springs by EBC. And yeah, EBC, the CSK 129. You can get them on eBay. You can get them everywhere. So they're like $15 to the door. And the springs go in here. There's 4 of them. Some bikes are a little different, depending on the year, but mine 2020 was a screw in the center, it was one cap with 4 screws. Okay. Some of them are different. So you unloosen the 4 screws, pull out the cap that's inside this cover, and then you can pull out the springs and then put the screws back in, okay, and torque that to 6 meters per my manual. But I have a friend that has a KTM 690 19 model, and it said 7 Newton meters. So a little discrepancy there, same motor, same everything, but just to let you know. Check your manual. But I did 6 Newton meters on the CSK 129s, and with the Pro Shift lever, let me tell you, man, it was even better. It shifted better because, I don't know, there's some tension going on there. And the CSK 129s, by the way, are the same springs that come in the DRC 205 clutch by EBC. Okay? So I had the clutch already, and I had it just, I got a good buy on it. And I knew I'd probably replace it one day because, I just want to keep this bike forever. And so, I bought that clutch, and then I got to thinking, when I measured the stock spring and then the upgraded spring that they want you to put in, the CSK 131, I believe, and you know what? It was like the same length. And so, I didn't really see any performance. But when I measured and I took out the CSK, the clutch springs out of the DRC 205 clutch, then I was able to see the difference. And I'll try to shoot up a picture for you. Okay. And they're a little bit longer. Fits in there. More clutch feel. Love it. Let me tell you. Okay, then time went on, and man, let me tell you, I wasn't really false neutraling that much. It was back to usual, once in a blue moon, and I still was looking for more. And a guy came online, and he posted some really cool Barnett springs that fit the LC4 for our bikes. And I asked him, I said, hey, how much longer? Did you caliper them, And I don't want to buy them just for the hell of it. And he goes, yeah, as a matter of fact, and he showed me a picture with the caliper and everything. And I'll try to shoot that up on the screen, because I kept it. I'm like, okay, this guy's for real, man. I'm going to try it. So for less than $20, I ordered those Barnett springs. And I had to put them in. Okay, I had to put them in. And I wanted to see if, I just want a little bit more clutch feel, man. I think these levers, the pulls are really easy on the bikes coming out of the dealership. I just think they're really wimpy. I really do. I have a 300 KTM, and the clutch lever you get more feel. There's more the resistance. The light feel, I don't know about that anymore. When it's too light and you can't feel like you can get the front wheel up if you want to. And I feel the stock springs kind of lack that feeling compared to other bikes I've ridden. Okay. So, and I like going slow. I like idling the bike stationary and trying to keep it level without going anywhere. And I like riding lock-to-lock circles, figure eight, and, that's bike control. Okay, so it helps me ride on the road. When I have to filter and get between cars, I can do it. Okay, so, and I have a GoPro in case if somebody opens their door on me, man, I'm going to sue them. So, because it's illegal here in my state for them to do that. It's legal for us to do the filtering and stuff. And I'm always courteous. Okay. So back to the point, the Barnett springs give me more feel, more modulation, more pressure on the plates, and I think it's better. So, I don't feel the need to put in the Pirate Racing shift spring now. I cannot get a false neutral so far. I cannot get it. I could feel it. When you're lifting up on the shift, I can feel it engage better on fifth and sixth. Whereas before it was a little good, but not where I wanted it. But the Barnett springs put me there, so it gives me better feel. The clutch feels better. It's still a little bit lighter than my KTM, barely. Okay, but they're really close. And I would have to say it's really close to maybe a little less than the FS450 clutch, because I went down to the dealership and I felt that thing. And that thing feels a lot like my KTM 300. But this 701 is a whole nother deal. From factory, I think they're just a little wimpy springs, I'm telling you the truth. And it's a basis of why the clutches are probably going out prematurely on these bikes, is because there's not enough pressure on the plates to begin with. And once the pressure plates start slipping, then we're going to see it go out, because it's just lacking the pressure that it needs. And guys are buying new clutches and all that. And I even bought one because I hear and reading all the stuff. But you know what? Now I probably leave that clutch upstairs and probably not touch it for a long time. Anyways, so I think the Barnett springs, the ceramic Pro Shift kit, and the factory OEM spring on that ceramic Pro Shift kit is the way to go. That is the ticket. Save you guys some time and grief. Yeah. I've got the Pirate Racing spring here, just to let you know. And let me tell you, that thing is so wound, so tight. I think guys are going to have a real challenging part installing that compared to the other two springs that I tried. So I'm not even going to attempt it. I think it's too much pressure. I don't think it's needed. I think the real problem is the clutch springs. And I think most of the guys love the DRC 205 mainly because of the CSK 129 clutch springs that come with it. So I left my stock clutch in there. It's stock. I got a lot of miles on the bike, and the clutch is perfect still. Of course, I probably don't pull up the front wheel like a lot of guys do, so you know what? Okay, so I'm not doing that as much. On my dirt bike, the front wheel lives in the air. So the 701's a little different for me. But anyways, I hope, gives you some good information, in my opinion, on things. And it's just an opinion. That's all it is. That's all we can do. Okay. Thanks for watching.